Hi, my name is Rana Saad. I'm the founder and CEO of Tuzmo. It's a startup that helps travelers and tourists find authentic local artisans.
Hey Rana, thanks for joining Breaking Travel News today here in Kingston, Jamaica. Tell us a
Absolutely.
little bit more about the business.
Sure, it's a 2-year startup. We started, unfortunately, just before the pandemic, but the pandemic gave us more strength because it gave us more reason for our mission. Our mission is to help the artisans of the world come back on their feet and be able to find markets around the world. So our model is very similar to Airbnb. So think of us as Airbnb for artisans. So when travelers and tourists go to a destination, our app helps them find authentic local artisans by matching them up on a map.
And is that kind of then sort of taken offline so that you physically go to the artisan, or is there a kind of e-commerce element to this?
All of the above, you know. So the app allows you to not just find the artisan, but hear their stories. We are storytellers. We are collecting stories of the artisans, showing their own work in nicely captured videos, high definition videos that we are collecting from around the world. Currently we have 47 countries on the platform, 8,000 artisans, and we are going to increase that to potentially millions of artisans around the world. And the model is very simple. They find the artisans, the tourists find the artisans on the map, they can go visit them, or they can buy from the store as well, from our app as well. And the article can be picked up from the artisan, or it can be shipped back to their home destination, or even brought to their hotel where they're staying.
That sounds amazing. What sort of impact have you had so far?
So far, just as recognition of what we're doing, we were just awarded one of the top 30 finalists in UNWTO's, UN World Tourism Organization's global Awake Tourism Contest among 2,000 startups around the world. So we are very proud of that. Thank you very much. And it means a lot to us because it addresses our mission, because our mission is two-sided, because we are a two-sided marketplace. On the artisan side, our mission is to empower the artisans of the world to be able to directly connect and be able to sell to the world beyond their immediate communities. And for the tourists, our mission is to enrich their travel experience. So far, we've just launched in 3 of our initial cities, and we've had amazing response from all of our buyers, our artisans, and we now currently have 47 countries represented on our platform already.
And here we are at the Global Tourism Resilience meeting. What's really kind of the message that you want to kind of tell and story that you want to tell to the ministers and the investors and the wider kind of community here in Kingston, Jamaica?
Sure, I've been lucky to meet 8 ministers directly, and about from 15 other countries meet the senior tourism staff. And it's been a pleasure because they've all heard our message, our mission very well, and they've all agreed to cooperate and to partner with us. So that's wonderful news for us. It was also eye-opening to see how much of a need for a tool like that is, because it addresses the resilience problem, the exact theme of this conference, because the world needs tools, platforms, and capabilities which help the artisans recover from this pandemic, reconnect with their livelihood basically, and as well as on the tourist side, kind of open up the tourism beyond just the beaches and stuff like that. It is creating the cultural connection, and it creates the ultimate long-term resilience in the tourism industry. So our message is being very well heard, and we've also learned a lot from our side as to what the market is really demanding. So it's been a wonderful conference for us.
That's great to hear. It's great to hear. And just sort of out of interest, I'm sure you've got, you can't choose a favorite, but give us a couple of examples of some of the artisans that are on the platform.
So the very first one, believe it or not, that we did just before the pandemic was from Malta, and Malta is one of the countries which is not on the main tourist track, but it has some amazing artisans, and it has we were able to discover some very fine ones very early on. 2 of the other countries we are operating in, 3 other countries are in Turkey, in Istanbul, and in Kenya, Nairobi, and also Egypt, Cairo, Egypt. All of them have some amazing artisans, So it's like asking somebody to pick their favorite baby, right? But for us, each one of those destinations presents amazing variety and exactly shows why we exist, because then you can go and really focus on what interests you instead of having to go through a retail shop at the airport or in the hotel where you are probably seeing articles made by somebody else, not the artisans, right? So we are eliminating all of that guesswork and connecting you directly with the artisans. And we are hoping that no matter which destination you go to, you always find the best ones, you know.
And finally, last question, how can we find this wonderful service?
So you just go to www.tuzmo.com, Tuzmo.com, or you go to the App Store, either the Apple or the Android, and just look for Tuzmo, Tuzmo, search for it, download the app, and play with it.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time today.
Yeah, absolutely a pleasure. Thank you for having me.